morning, Mr. Council President, and to all of the honorable council members here. I'm Ron Galperin. I'm very pleased and honored to be here and to have the opportunity to talk about the things that we can do, I believe, to really improve collections and revenue in the city of Los Angeles. I want to particularly thank Councilmember Koretz, Chairman of the Audits and Governmental Efficiency Committee, for taking a really crucial role in this, as well as the other members of that committee, which are Councilmember Parks and Councilmember Smith. So thank you very, very much. I'm an attorney, and also I'm honored to serve both on the City's Quality and Productivity Commission, which I recently was named to, as well as the counties. Also serve on a neighborhood council. And thank you so very, very much, Council President Garcetti, for the very kind words that you said about me. One of the issues that has been my obsession, dare I say, has been city collections and what we can do to improve that. And so we are really at a critical juncture. Everybody knows that in this room and everywhere else throughout Los Angeles. This Commission on Revenue and Efficiency, let's call it CORE, really has a unique opportunity within a brief period of time to bring forth some deliverables, as I would call them, because these are really the core challenges, and the core need that we have is for money. What makes this particular commission unique is, first of all, that it is going to focus on very quick deliverables. It's 6 months with up to a 6-month extension. It's about bringing people on with a real expertise when it comes to issues of collection, people who really understand what is the function of many of the city's departments at this moment and what it can be. We're also looking for folks who really can commit the time to work on this, not just show up to a meeting once a month, but who will really dig their teeth into this. And there's a very narrow scope to this, which makes it such that there's a great opportunity to really accomplish something. It also dovetails very well with the motion that was brought forward by Councilmember Parks related to the creation of an in-house task force within the city. So let me talk for a moment about what I think some of the opportunities are for collections. First of all, it's been more than 2.5 years since the city controller issued its audits of collections in the city, and particularly of the Office of Finance. There have been a number of things that progress has been made on, but there's a lot of things, unfortunately, that we are still talking about 2.5 years later. These include some sort of consistency in terms of late penalties and in terms of late fees and interest. It's also about the timing of when the departments bring these things forward to either the Office of Finance or to a collection agency. We're still waiting really on a very comprehensive list of debtors in the city of Los Angeles, and it's still possible for somebody to write a bad check to Department A and then turn around a couple weeks later and write a bad check to Department B, and that has to stop. And lastly, we really simply do not have an accurate total. Maybe we'll never have a completely accurate total of what the amount that is owed, but we've heard a lot of different numbers. It's certainly well in excess of $400 million. Now, there is a report, many of those here are familiar with it, which is the Macias report, which was requested after the audit of the city controller. That report just came out the very end of December. I think we have a great opportunity to implement what's in there. There are actually 3 phases that are laid out. The first phase would be 18 months. I'm an impatient person. I think 18 months is too long to actually do that. And hopefully this commission, along with everybody here and with all of the council members and with the leadership that is here, can move forward that 18 months post-haste. What's interesting in that report is it says that if we do a number of things to improve collections that are in that report, we would, over a 6-year period, see $274 million in additional income. I know that's not going to be realized tomorrow, but we can move that forward, and I believe we can even achieve a greater number than that. There are 88 invoice types from 17 different departments. We can look at each of these different invoice types, how they're going out, and how we can make them happen more efficiently. There was also, Councilmember Alarcon was talking about this, 172 top debtors that owe $150 million in various types of taxes. We need to be going after them, and going after them very, very quickly, because we don't have the time to waste. It's been said repeatedly in this room that time is not on our side. So there's the $400 million collected debt number that we keep on hearing a lot of, right? But there's a lot of money that's not even included in that. And I believe we can go after that as well. There are a lot of unbilled services in the city of Los Angeles. Also, we can do a number of ordinances to really simplify the way that we collect money in the city of LA. For example, when you look at burglar alarm permits, there are 16,000 such permits that are paid late each year. And I know that there is a proposal before the council to actually increase those late fees. But more than that, we can do things to empower the burglar alarm central station monitoring companies to actually perhaps collect that money on our behalf. Maybe even provide them an incentive to do so. And then we're not running after those 16,000, not to mention others who didn't even make that list of 16,000. Also, we've got to make it much easier to pay. Try and go onto the City of LA's website and pay business taxes online. Not an easy task, and it's pretty complicated. Or for that matter, go online and try and license your pet online. We've talked a lot about in this chamber how there's only about a 20% compliance rate, and that is crazy. That means 80% are not complying. But truth be told, when you go online and you try and actually do it, it is not an easy task. So there's a lot that we can do to just change interfaces and make paying bills easier. And of course, there's also the role of enforcement. What we really need to do as this council is looking at various kind of changes in staffing is what are the positions that actually bring us revenue. We're looking, for example, at cutting 13 code enforcement folks from building and safety. What would that mean for loss in terms of penalties and fines that are billed by those code enforcement officers? And as we're talking about only 20% of the residents of LA actually complying with pet licensing, we're looking to reduce the number of animal licensing folks. So we got to make sure that whatever is done in a very sensible way. I want to just touch on two other quick things. One is related to real property. And I know that there are also some proposals that are coming before the council today relating to what can we do to capture a greater amount of documentary transfer tax. And along with that, by the way, to capture the assessments that we're not capturing and our share of property tax from property exchanges that are happening within a legal entity. And we can talk more about that if you like, but there's just a huge amount of money being left on the table. I'm going to throw out a number of $100 million or more per year, and that's a staggering amount of money. Because these transactions are happening within legal entities, we don't necessarily find out about it. Even if we do, we don't send a bill for it. And there's a great opportunity to change that. Lastly, we have wonderful, wonderful partners in the city when it comes to all of this. The Coalition of LA City Unions has put forward a fantastic list of ideas. So has VICA. So have neighborhood council representatives. So have a whole bunch of others. We need to look at them all in one place, prioritize them, see what we can do tomorrow, see what we can do 6 months from now, see what will give us the greatest amount of revenue, and go out and get it. So with that, I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to come before you all here today. Not an enviable job you have in terms of trying to make sense of the city's budget and how to balance it. But I'm sure with the leadership that is within this room, that is going